hunters. It's a Primo's Truth Cam. There's a scrape right there, and there's another one right here. And this one, I'm in the deep woods, so I'm not too worried about the security of this one. I'm in Gill, Mass right now, and I have found a really nice buck. This one was going to go in my secret files. I have a secret file that I release now at the end of the year. But I decided to take you on the journey with me. So I found him. I've got some pictures of him I'm not going to release yet. He's in Gill, close to one of the areas that I talked about before. Gill's a pretty big place, but I just wanted to share this with you. I do have another camera set up nearby here. I took on all but I think 2 of my other cameras in another town. I have one security camera, and but anyway, it's going really good. It's good to be out here. Today's Sunday, so I'm out here. I don't have any hunting gear with me, of course. I just have my cameras. I have my pole brush, a saw right here, because I have a stand close by here. And there was another scrape that's active. That's kind of over in that area there, and my stand is up on that hill, and there you can't really see it, but the bottom line is I went in to check that scrape, and from where that scrape was and my stand was, I needed to do some chopping and some clearing out. So I came in here on a Sunday. I brought some scent with me. I have this scent that works really good. It's called, actually I have some right here. This is it. It's called Whitetail Maniac 155. Works really good on the big bucks. It brings them in. The first night I used it in 3 different towns on 3 different cameras, and I brought in 3 different big bucks. One of them was probably a 130 class, one of them was close to 140. Bringing them into your cams though, and getting near them is a totally different story. They are wily bucks. Their noses reach out to 200 plus yards. So if you're going to want to get close to one of those bucks, you have to do the whole descent thing. You know, you can't smoke that morning, you can't eat fish the night before, or garlic or anything, and you just have to, you know, use every means at your disposal to outwit them. Get up into your stand, take alternate routes depending on the wind. You know, a buck will pattern you just like you pattern a buck. So right now, this time of year, what I like to do is pattern the bucks, find them, find their scrape lines, get in, set up on them, and get a whack at them. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys. This is Lenny with Hunting Western Mass. Hope you guys are having a good season. I'd like to see more pics. Send me some trail cam videos, man. You know, you don't got to give up the location. Nobody's going to recognize it. Hey hunters, how you doing? It's Lenny K with Hunting Western Mass. Today I want to talk to you about hunting different areas. I hunt a lot of different spots. Everybody's got their favorite spot. So, some people hunt public land, some people hunt private land, some people hunt private land that's adjacent to public land, and some people have the opportunity to hunt places where they practice quality deer management. Quality deer management is where there's a particular spot that I hunt where there are some large bucks in the area, and there's only a few hunters in there, and what we try and do is we try and focus on good genetic deer. And the thing about quality deer management is actually letting deer go, even decent deer. And the reason that we do that, especially at this time of year, quality bucks. I spoke earlier about letting a forkhorn go. Forkhorn was he had big bases. Where I hunt in this one particular area, there's a couple different gene pools. There's a skinny horned deer gene pool, and there's a thick-based deer gene pool. So when I run into these forkies that have the thicker bases, I like to let them go. And there's even some bigger deer that I run into, and these bigger deer, they're amazing deer. And I had a shot at one that was a beauty, and I passed on him only because I know that there was another hunter in the area that he also practices quality deer management. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to him about letting this deer go until next year, or were we going to whack it, or out of respect for him, I went to him and I said, hey, look, man, this is a beautiful deer. Next year, if we let him go, he's going to be the cock of the walk. We're not really concerned about gun hunters getting near him. It's a really special deer. You have to take a lot of special steps to get anywhere near him. These kind of deer, they can reach out with their nose 200 yards, and they can, they know that something has walked by within the last 6 hours. They know where you are. So you have to take special steps like descenting and all that stuff. Descenting, you can. What you do is you create an illusion that you are. The deer are always, they know you're there, but they're not going to know that you're like right there. If you take the correct steps, you can't smoke. You have to descent your clothes. You have to take a descent shower. You have to be up in your stand above the wind. There's all kinds of things you have to do to even begin to get close to these deer. But what you can do, this is the time of year that I pattern bucks. And when I pattern bucks, what I do is I find their scrape lines, and I put my cameras out, and I see what time of the day they're moving from here to there. And there are some big bucks that I've been working on. I have what's called Hunting Western Mass Secret Files. And the Hunting Western Mass Secret Files, they're not going to come out until either a deer is harvested or towards the end of the season if I decide to let these deer go. So anyway, I got with a couple of the other hunters that hunt this area, and we talked about these deer, and we said, look, either we're going to let these deer go until next year, these couple specific deer, or the only way that if God wills it and the deer walks on your stand and turns broadside and stands there, then that's like a message from the Lord saying, take the deer. So if that happens, it happens. But one of the things you want to take into consideration is that right now, those deer with the good genetics, they're out running around and they're breeding. They're breeding the does. So taking the time to let those deer breed with the does and targeting them a little bit later on after the rut is going to allow those good genetics to pass on to the next deer for the next season. So that's kind of like at the stage where we're at with the deer management right now. We know where the good deer are. I passed up on one or two deer with good genetics, but I want them to breed with the does. I want those good genetics to pass on. So I'm going to let them go, during the rut a little bit. Towards the end of the rut, I might start hunting them a little bit harder, and I'm going to have them patterned a little bit better. And that's how we do it at Hunting Western Mass. So this is just a tip I wanted to pass on to you guys. I got some great trail cam pics I wish I could post, but I'm just not going to do it right now. You guys get out in the woods. The rut's starting to bang. this week is this between this week and next week. You got to get out there because once gun season hits, it's gonna be crazy. So I wish you guys all the luck in the world. It's Lenny Kale, Hunting Western Mass. Have a good one. Peace out.